Welcome, collectors. In today's Diecast Emporium review, we're going to be looking at the Diecast Masters Transport Series 1/50 scale Kenworth T880 set forward front axle with McNeilus Bridgemaster mixer. As with all the Diecast Masters Transport Series models, they come in a brown outer shipping box with a description of what's inside. You take a razor, you cut one side. That allows us our first look at the model's actual box and a look at what's inside. Top left shows us that this is a Kenworth and McNeilus licensed product. Once again, the item number for reference, 71062. And just once more, it's the Kenworth T880 set forward front axle with McNeilus Bridgemaster mixer. This is a adult licensed collectible diecast scale model replica, not intended for collectors under the minimum age of 14. The top has the Transport Series logo with the matching red background that matches, of course, the Kenworth red. On the back, you can see a couple different pictures of the model, as well as some information about not only the Kenworth T880, but also the McNeilus Bridgemaster mixer body. So, for example, the Kenworth has a PACCAR MX-13 engine with a 12.9-liter 405 to 510 horsepower engine. The McNeilus Bridgemaster mixer is an M80 series drum with an 11-yard drum capacity, with a 150-gallon water tank and a standard height hopper. To unbox this model, you simply put your finger in the supplied finger hole, which is usually on the right side of the model. Pull it straight out. First thing that you will notice is the Transport Series catalog. Now, this is updated every single year, just like the CAT catalog is by Diecast Masters. And inside, you can get a look at all of the models in the Transport Series range. They vary from Internationals to Peterbilts to Kenworth to Western Stars. The first layer has optional chute extensions, and during the assembly portion of this video, I'll show where those go, as well as an optional exhaust stack tip. Once that's done, you can reach down and carefully lift the model straight out of the box. And then you are ready to begin the model's review. With our truck now out of the box, we can begin the assembly process. It is relatively straightforward. You take the exhaust stack tip, you put it down in the exhaust, you can angle it to a certain angle if you wish to do so. Then you're left with the 3 concrete chute extensions. For now, let's put one of them on the supplied concrete chute extension holder. The way to do that, take the positive end, hook it over one of the negative end loops. Again, this requires a fair bit of patience. It may take you a couple tries. Probably going to take me a couple tries if I'm honest. And I've done this a couple hundred times throughout the years. But once you get it in, it will click over and stay in, and it makes a satisfactory looking pose. So for time constraints, I'm only going to put one on there, but I do want to mention that if you want to display your truck going down the road, you can put all 3, and it will hold all 3. All right, let's begin the model's review with the detail that's on this truck, and it is very impressive, as it is on all these Bridgemaster mixers. We'll start towards the front of the truck with a look at the Kenworth grille and bumper. The Kenworth badge is present, front and center, with a chrome grille with black circles all throughout. Chrome bumper again, your lights with amber indicators on both sides. You have your mirrors, which are also chrome, your chrome visor, as well as chrome horns, and that chrome exhaust stack tip that you saw me put on earlier. Moving along down the side, you have T880 right here, your door latch, your access stairs, and a blue filler cap lid for your tank. The pumps and tanks are all done up very nicely on these Bridgemaster trucks, and the decals and warning labels add a lot of realism and detail to them. Once you have them in front of you, they're very legible and easy to make out. You have McNeilus right here on the center portion of the fender wells, or the wheel guards. You also have lights, and Kenworth on all 4 mud flaps, 2 on this side and then 2 on the other side. At the rear, you have McNeilus here, some lights, as well as warning labels on all of the concrete chute extensions, as well as the main concrete chute portion right here. DOT striping on your protection bumper, as well as DOT lights. This side, much of the same, with really the only noticeable different aspect, this portion of the frame, and then the single exhaust, which is on the right-hand side with a grab bar that has been modeled as well. Okay, let's turn our attention now to the functionality part of this truck, of which there are a few different portions. Number one, the hood opens to reveal a detailed Packard motor inside with the Packard name badge on the actual engine block. The front wheels or front axle does steer, and in this particular truck, helped along, I think, because it is a set forward front axle, you can achieve a more than normal degree of steering angle, and because it is notched rather than variable, it will hold that angle when you steer it. You can open the doors on both the driver's side and the passenger side of the Kenworth trucks, and that's no different on this model. Looking inside, you can see the Kenworth name on the center of the steering wheel, as well as some detail on the dash that is applied with some graphics. This truck has two different lift or drop axles. This one has some steering, and I'll show you how to bring that down. You just pull down on it, and then with some pressure, you can see that it is now moving with the rest of the axles, or clip it out of place. And now, you'll see that it is not moving with the other ones. Moving towards the rear of the truck, before we get to the other drop axle, you do have a yellow fold-down ladder, which works nicely. Moving towards the rear of the truck, make sure your chute is extended to the center, and you can now drop your other drop axle. With this axle dropped, you can pose the truck traveling with a full load of concrete. Your drum does rotate as well. So with us now at the construction site and ready to deploy our load of concrete, we can put our axle back up and get our chute ready. Drop down the main portion. But because our concrete needs to be put in a tight space that's farther away, let's take out the main piece and add on our chute extensions. I always find that it's easier to do if you take off the main portion and then add on these extensions by hand and then clip the whole mechanism back onto the main portion. Once you clip them on, they usually stay on with no trouble whatsoever. And then very carefully, you can clip the whole section back on, like so. You can rotate it left or right, and if you see this cylinder right here, you can raise it slightly up or down, but the degree of motion is very limited because the cylinder has very small range of play. So that will conclude my review of the Diecast Masters Kenworth T880 set forward front axle with McNeilus Bridgemaster mixer. I think this is a very impressive truck, if for nothing else, the candy apple metallic paint job and the licensed Bridgemaster mixer that we've seen now on a few different trucks in the Diecast Masters Transport Series range of 1/50th scale. But you guys are the real judge. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. Take a look at the screen right now. You will see another suggested link for another model review that I have recently filmed. But until next time, take care and be safe. I'll see you in the next review.